Hello Aquariuses, and welcome to your April 2021 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that I have is the Ace of Swords. So right here at the beginning of the month, there's a clarity, there's an understanding that you're getting, which will provoke a tower. A tower in that sense, it's like, oh my God, I'm seeing how I was trying to reach a certain state and it was impossible to reach it because how I was doing it was completely wrong. One of my elements was completely distorted. And in your case, it has to do with the swords. So the card that I have after is the King of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. Here's that Ace of Swords. So the clarity actually provokes the end of the cycle of swords, where you used to think in a certain way that kind of provoked a lot of sorrows and disappointments and so on. So the Tower and the Ace of Swords together like this is a big awakening. When you look at the Ace of Swords, you see those little yods, okay? They're little golden Hebrew letters, the yod letter, which means the finger of God. You have the same ones here, but the whole shower with the tower. So there's this understanding. I'm getting 6 of them. I'm understanding 6, the balance of things. And then it crumbles a whole structure because I understand that. This allows me to finish my cycle. And it will affect my divine masculine here with the King of Pentacles, of how I'm engaging myself, how I'm able to be fruitful, to enjoy this life here, to support and be supported, and so on. So, yes, the finger of God, like giving a direction, you know, that way. This is how to do it. It's coming down to you. Here, under our Ace of Swords, I have Judgment. So here, that sword comes from a trumpet of an angel. Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. That trumpet, that judgment, this is like another wake-up call. Okay, so there's a huge awakening, huge wake-up call for you, Aquarius. You're going to come to, somehow the conclusion that Capricorns are going to get, but Capricorns are doing it in a much more smooth way. It's a complete download that is making you see things completely differently. In Judgment, it's like, oh my God, I'm seeing myself going. I see the old, wounded, unconscious parts of me that are now all on the surface. And I see where everything comes from. How my divine feminine, my divine masculine, my inner child were hurt, and I drew these conclusions and I started thinking that way that brought these kinds of conditions, and so on, so on, so on. Under that, I have the Six of Swords and the Knight of Wands. That first here, judgment, awakening, like it's like a first part of it. It's a bit like in 3 parts. Yes, it is. There's the first one that's going to be like, oh my God, now I understand. I'm leaving all of this behind. Knight of Wands, I'm going to go for that, whatever new thing that is coming into my life, that is waking up these parts of me that might bring me in a way of thinking or way of perceiving things of my old self. But I'm going to see myself going there. And I'm going to say, no, no, no. Because the Tower, under the Tower, I have the Emperor, my divine masculine. The way that I manage and do things in my life. I'm going to see how I was doing it before and how it was all conflicted by my old grievings and disappointments, and how I would project that in front of me and act from that. And so, of course, when we're on that state, we can act on the defensive. We can even attack before being attacked ourselves or whatever. But, oh my God, I'm going to see myself going. So, under the 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords, and the King of Pentacles, I have the High Priestess, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. So the High Priestess will show you how you've been holding on to your past 3 of Swords. When you look at the 4 of Swords, it has 3 swords on the wall, that 3 of Swords. And it has a 4th sword here, where I am thinking about it, you know, recessing it within myself. A little bit is good because that's a healing process, but at one point it's like if we're stagnant there, almost dead, and just repassing things. So especially with the 4 of Pentacles here, we kind of stop participating in life, being in life. We just hold on to our pain and revisit it and revisit it. 5 of Cups, looking at it, and even seeing it in future possibilities. So that is going to go with that 10 of Swords. Now we're seeing how we've been feeding it. And that's why here I have the Queen of Cups, Justice, and the Chariot. And so you have 2 major arcanas right here. Due to that awakening of the Tower and that High Priestess giving you that insight, you are now going to, here, Chariot, realign yourself so that your unconscious doesn't sabotage your conscious anymore, but you're actually going in the same direction, and it is going to be in a much more balanced way. This is almost the end of a karma here, in a way. It is. And here with the Queen of Cups, it's like if maybe before I was overwhelmed by my emotions, but now I am mastering it, and I am allowing, I'm going to start allowing much more. Bottom of the deck, I had the 10 of Wands. So here, going from I don't know where I'm going, everything is so heavy, to clarity, movement forward, balance, justice in my life. Okay, let's clarify this for Aquarius. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Aquarius for the month of April. Aquarius. One last time. Aquarius. Okay, show me that Ace of Swords, Spirit. What is that Ace of Swords? What did Aquarius understand? Ah, okay. So, 9 of Swords, 6 of Swords. So our 6 of Swords here, the Sun. And what is there? There's our 10 of Swords. Yes, with the Pope. Ah. So, what you understood is the source of your anxiety and how to transform it into serenity. By understanding, see, the thing with the Pope and the 10 of Swords, here in this drawing that has been adapted, because it's the Art Nouveau Golden Tarot here, but in the original Rider-Waite, the mudra that this guy, the gesture in his hand that this guy is doing, is the same as the Pope, like this. Because at the Ten of Swords, when we see the dawn rising, the light after the darkness, it's because we understand that all I see is not all there is. That's what that means. That means that what I've lived is not like the only reality possible. There's a whole invisible aspect to reality, Empress, High Priestess, that actually interacts with the material world or our 3D world or whatever. So here, it's not like a sentence from the universe. It was due to a dynamic between those two. And now if I change and if I wake up my invisible part, then my reality will be different. You understood that, which is what is giving you that willpower, that wand to move yourself to serenity, to calmer waters, to turn a page on a past cycle. What is the Tower telling you? The Tower is actually going to crumble. Seven of Swords, where your way of thinking was not only bringing you anxiety, but actually completely disempowering you. Like, things happen to me. The universe hates me, or whatever. I'm being screwed. I cannot trust the divine masculine of others. Or I can't trust the universe, per se. Now, if this is where I vibrate, of course, it's going to bring so much sorrow. And then when I can try and look at the outcome of things, or even just what is truly in front of me, it's all going to be distorted, mixed with my pains and my sorrows. And I will not be able to build. So, King of Pentacle, Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. This is transferring where things are not happening to us, but we are actually taking a lot of responsibility for our co-creation in it. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups. You will rise your head from all that you have lost and grieved, and repassing it into your mind as that is the fact and that is the reality, and me, this is what happens to me. And you're going to rise your head from it, and that is what is going to change reality for you. You will not hold on to all your pains anymore. Let's look at that judgment, that wake-up call here. So a huge wake-up call, awakening. Call it like you want, but there's this grasp of consciousness of how the universe works, and it doesn't have that here, there you go, and it's much more, oh my God, okay, in that case I allowed that to happen, or I was just collateral damage and I took it personally, or so on and so on. But this is how the mechanics work. Ten of Wands. I'm going to drop all of that baggage of all my pains and my sorrows, and Three of Swords that I'm carrying with you, with me, which is blocking my view of what is in front of me. I'm going to drop that. Now with the trumpet of the angel, it's so clear. I'm going to take just one wand and get out of there. Turn that page. Get away from there. I understand that, okay, this is what I've went through, but this is not who I am. Six of Cups, King of Swords. Six of Swords, Six of Cups. I am finally bringing my mind into my heart chakra, and I am opening my heart chakra. King of Swords. This, and you're an air sign, so this is now my new way of thinking. This is what I've understood about how the universe can bring balance into my life. I have to bring balance within myself. Emperor. The universe, God, the divine angels, they cannot impose happiness on us. We need to vibrate it within ourselves. If we reduce ourselves to what we have lived, we can never see, that's the Four of Cups, we can never see the love that they want to give to us, because we're looking at the pain we've went through, and that is our reality. How can we manifest outside of that? It's impossible. It's mechanically impossible. And you understood that. Yes, justice again. And temperance. Because this month you will be ready to receive that truth. This is divine timing, and this is healing. Healing because we see the bigger picture. That's why it has the sun sign on its forehead. That's why it represents Sagittarius also. But here, bringing back balance into your life when it comes to the divine masculine. So when it comes to how you dealt with how people were acting, and yourself, how you took care of yourself, how you protected yourself, how you spoke for yourself, and so on. Your own divine masculine. How you found solutions for yourself. How you committed to yourself. Balance. Here, show me that Seven of Cups and Five of Cups. So no more harboring and bathing into all of your past hurts. Five of Pentacles, thinking you're abandoned by the universe, and even denying yourself happiness and so on, because that was your reality. I am abandoned. When we believe we're abandoned, we read all the signs out there that we are. But here with the Hangman, this is like, oh no, and it's going to be flipping this vision 180 degrees about how we created that. The more responsibility you take, the more empowered you are, and more in control you are of your life. Let's look at that High Priestess, Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords. She's gonna tell you to let go, to release, to remember who you truly are. Emperor, Temperance. So I don't know if you can see with the reflection, but here where your Emperor is vibrating with Temperance, here is purifying his emotions and seeing the bigger picture and starting again in life, putting his foot in the water. Healing. Healing of the divine masculine. For some of you, it was all pains created by the divine masculines outside of you. It can go back to your father. But there's a huge awakening and healing of the divine masculine. Let's look at this here, so that your life can be rebalanced. Six of Wands, Knight of Cups. Six of Wands, another card of success, acknowledgement, balance again. And so with the Knight of Cups, here I am. I don't have a bunch of cups on the ground and crying in the fog and so on. I'm actually following my heart, and I am willing now to receive a full cup and to give one, because there is that huge healing of the divine masculine. So on this, my Aquariuses, this is beautiful, and it's a huge shift. I'm gonna send you all my love and light for the month of April. Thank you for watching, commenting, subscribe, please. If you want a private reading, the description is below. In the plus section, there's an email to write to me. Thank you for the ones of you who gave donations in the past month. And this month, I'm gonna, on new moon and full moon, I do a little ceremony to give you back. And apart from that, I'm gonna send you all my love and light. And namaste. I'll see you next month.